So
I've got the
cool. We
chat on there.
should, in theory, be live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. I don't have a name for these, I suppose, but another FBA Mogul live stream. I've got Ryan with me today. Hopefully, you can hear him. Do you want to speak and introduce
Hello,
yourself, Ryan?
everyone. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. Otherwise, this was a wasted effort.
Can you hear and see him? That's the most important thing I need
Yeah.
to know. So if someone could let me know, that would be awesome. But yeah, we've got hey Bert, how's it going? Let us know if you can hear and see Ryan. I'm sure you can hear and see me. That's the most important thing. But yeah. So all good, awesome. Thank you, appreciate that, Bert. So yeah, hello everyone. Anyway, just in time. God, that was close. We literally just got you on just in
Oh,
time.
honestly, that
Um,
was some rush. That really was.
and yeah, today we're going to be talking about wholesale and maybe a little bit of private label as well, because that's what you kind of do, isn't it? You do wholesale and private label.
Yeah.
So do you want to kind of like maybe introduce? We've done a podcast before, but obviously for anyone who's new, you might want to watch this. Just introduce kind of who you are, what
Yeah.
you do, your experience in Amazon, that kind of thing. We can go from
Yeah,
there,
so
basically.
obviously, go Ryan. Doing Amazon started November. Started off just the usual route, retail arbitrage, online, and then went to private label. But obviously, I work for a wholesaler, so just kind of mixed in a bit of that as well. I don't do a huge amount because obviously the private label it works for me. But the wholesale now will be growing. I mean, I've put it in the Discord quite a few times how many accounts I'm opening and stuff. So yeah, private label number one, and it's wholesale. I genuinely do not do any other models. I don't do any online arbitrage at the moment. May change Q4, but we'll see.
No, that's cool. So yeah, I actually think it's really good. And this thing I'm going to be definitely promoting a bit more is that if you're new to Amazon, pick one, maybe two sourcing methods and get really good at those. Because right now, a lot of
Yeah,
people coming in doing a lot of stuff, and it's hard to get good at just one of them. But so it's good that you're doing just, let's say, the wholesale and the private label. I mean, yeah, it's two things, but it's kind of one thing really. Because what's the kind of advantage that you've got with wholesale?
well,
let's
obviously, yeah. I mean, we say advantage, but I work obviously for a wholesaler. But on the
let's say it's a
flip
big
side,
advantage.
the flip side is when I'm approaching the wholesalers, they all kind of know of me, so I've got to
Yeah.
basically I've got to be careful that they don't know who I work for.
I get it. Yeah.
So yeah, there is advantages which obviously give me the insights, but then there's the disadvantages. Is there's so many brands I cannot reach out to of
Mm.
because they know
Fair
who I
enough.
work for. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. Obviously, you work for a wholesaler, so you know the ins and outs of the wholesale market and how it works. You know all the kind of the tricks and the tips and stuff. How to open wholesale accounts is a huge one for people. How
yeah.
to maybe find brands as well is another one. Although maybe it seems like you're struggling a little bit with that one, but maybe there's so many brands out there you can always try
Well,
and
it's
reach out
no,
to.
it's to be fair, I find opening it's more the um, not wanting to reach out because if their sales guys know me, then it's like, well,
Yeah. No. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm never going to reach out to them. So it's more like I just feel limited that way. But yeah, wholesale's good. I do still prefer I was literally just thinking about this before we jumped on. Still, just prefer the private label. I really do.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So before we carry on, if anyone's got any questions, by the way, because this is obviously a live Q&A, throw them out in the chat. And how I want to say hi to Bert, ER, men's heart, is that man's heart? Thanks for joining us.
And
If you've got any questions, throw them out there, guys. This is not just going to be hopefully me asking questions. I want you guys to ask any questions that you've got. So yeah, the model you do is you are buying from wholesalers, and correct me if I'm wrong. You're kind
yeah,
of making a bundle or something like that, and then basically from that creating your own private label brands. So you're sourcing from wholesale, but then you're combining those items together, or maybe just a single item, and then doing a private label under that, rather than just
yes,
doing traditional wholesale of just like buy sell under that brand. You
yeah. So
actually
private labels. So obviously, I do the bundles, which I think I've only been doing them for maybe 2 months now. Um, but then the actual private label, yeah. So I use UK wholesalers that kind of don't sell on brand; they sell on products and purpose. Then
yeah.
private label, then products, and just create that tie with them basically.
Okay.
So yeah, so not many people will have the opportunity to private label the products I have. And the products I've done as well, they're not products that are selling thousands of times. There's not a huge market, honestly. My top product has like 3,000 searches a month, but I sell it 400 times. So it's like you're searching for it because you need it. So yeah, the private label is, which I'm not importing, and I probably won't import for 6 months to a year yet, because I found something that works at the end of the day. It's something to, well, last month we done 40k, and yeah, it took me to that fast, and I just like the flexibility of it. Like I can send him a purchase order tomorrow, and it'll be here for Friday.
Yeah, no, that's
So
fantastic.
it's
You get
perfect.
to turn your money around more quick. You know, if you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've shown you my stock value, haven't I? It's like 7k or something.
It's insane. So let's just go back a little bit. So how long have you been doing Amazon for, and what are your numbers? What was your last month?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'll get them up.
I'll tell you what, you can send them to me via Discord, and I'll post them.
Yeah, I'll send them to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you can see the chat, by the way. If not,
yeah, I've got it up as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll get to those in a second, guys. But keep the questions coming, and we'll get to those in a minute.
Yeah, 2 seconds. So I started Amazon in November. So I started with my cousin. We don't do it anymore. Like we just split companies. Started with £500. Just for anyone watching who thinks they can just start with £500. Let's say I just invested another £2,000. So at most I've invested £2,500 in the whole time I've been doing this.
Yeah.
Last month I done in seller to. Do you want? I'll let you pull it up, Simon. I'll let you pull it up.
Yeah, it's some pretty good numbers. You actually did more than me last month, I think, in terms of profit. So we do have to factor in a little bit of ad spend and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
pretty impressive. Let's be honest.
See, I was thinking about this the other day because, like I always say, oh yeah, I've got the ad spend, but and this is, I want to follow on this as well. Obviously, I don't use a prep center, do I?
That's true. You don't use a prep center.
And I do want to ask some questions on this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so there we go. Those are kind of the figures. So we've got just over £10,000 profit, 40,000 sales, 75% ROI, just under 3,000 units. So that's about £3.33 profit per unit, basically.
Yeah,
if my math is correct, roughly, which is pretty nice. So yeah, there might be a few grand in ad spend. I'm not sure exactly, but still pretty amazing stuff, to be fair. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing, to be honest. So I'll get to some of the questions then, and we can kind of go from there, I guess. So Giuseppe's asking, usually all the wholesalers I contact, their price list is out for Amazon competition. What is your opinion on the wholesale prices? What do you mean by that one?
So I think he means when he's getting a price list, there's nothing to be bought on there. And I can relate to this. I've literally just opened an account up last week. Yeah, I had the same problem. They had a lot of products. There will be 1 or 2 gems in there. It's going to sound ridiculous this now, but I managed to find like 20 units, not different products, just 20 units of a product that was just profitable throughout the whole catalogue. So like it was 1/8 in, and I started 20. There were like 50 sales per month. But then there was a lot of other products. I just thought, let's just get the first order in. It's only small. Get the first order in. Let's just see. They don't know me. Why they're going to offer any better price? And what I'd say is just find the one product if they've got one. If not, you've got to have a conversation. If they've got one product that is profitable, then do an order for it, even if it's 15-20% ROI. Get the relationship built, and then obviously your name will be cropping up in the sales reports, and then it'll start to build on something. Completely understand. There's not a lot of products that are profitable straight off the bat.
Okay, cool. Just quickly before we carry on, a slight technical thing. What microphone are you using?
Blue Yeti. Why is it?
Could you just turn the gain down slightly on that one?
1 minute. You're asking technical questions now.
Just very slightly. There might be a little thing on the back of it, and just turn the gain down slightly because you're clipping into the red. So
how's that?
Yeah, we'll just go with that and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. I don't know if I've turned it up or down.
I think I don't know, because people are saying I'm a bit quieter, but you're a bit louder. So, but my audio should be going.
Your audio's fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, whereas yours is going into the red a bit. So,
just like I've turned it one way, so Let me
Yeah,
know if
we'll
I
see.
need to turn it if away.
I think that should be okay. Yeah. So you're basically saying, just to so basically you run into this problem before. You're trying to get a wholesale account. The price is not good. So you're saying just make some orders with them anyway, maybe even if they're low profit. Is that what you're saying? And then
Yeah, I'd never say break even on order. But yeah, just try and make an order up. If you can find one or two products, um, depending on how big the catalogue is, then you should be able to find one or two. And obviously, shouldn't really. I mean, my opinion is don't be reaching out to the brands that Amazon are on anyway. So when I'm sourcing, I try and stay away from them ones that Amazon are on. Right or wrong, I just think they can buy a lot more than what I can. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. So and just go back to your question as well, Giuseppe. So what Ryan's doing, he's not buying. Let me see if I can keep myself on the camera here. He's not buying from wholesale and then selling directly onto Amazon. So he's not buying a toothpaste and selling that toothpaste directly on Amazon. There's a manipulation that's going on in the middle. So as long as Ryan doesn't mind me saying, so
No,
essentially what he's doing is, I guess at the very least, he'll be making it a 3-pack. Let's say, for example, on his own brand, or more likely pairing it with a toothbrush, for example, and maybe a teeth cleaning guide. The only reason it pops into my head is I went to the dentist today, so that's probably why I'm thinking toothbrush. But yeah, so so that's essentially what Ryan's doing. He's adding a manipulation in the middle, which adds value. And that value gives him not only a barrier, but also adds value and also a uniqueness to the product, essentially. And then from there is creating that. So this is a bit of a hybrid model in that regard. So it's not direct wholesale to Amazon. There's a manipulation that happens in the middle. And like I say, the best analogy I can give is finding a use case, like, say, cleaning your teeth. It'll be a toothpaste, a toothbrush, maybe a teeth cleaning guide, maybe a tongue scrape, whatever it is, adding that together. Ryan's thinking, I'll do this. But
well,
kind of give you that.
Yeah, well, it's obviously I've got that the bundle side. That's exactly the thought process of it. Let's find a product, and I always want to get the best priced anyway. So I'm always trying to find a wholesaler of that product as well.
Yeah, cool. That sounds good. Cool. So next question is, what category is best to start in? Interesting one.
I'm not going to give you my category. So I'll be honest, I do DIY. No, I'm happy to share. I do DIY and tools. What I would say is, what category do you know? Well, I know I don't know tools, and I'm useless at DIY, but I know the products. So yeah, I'd first tap into your own knowledge of what you know. Or even what you've flipped before or what you've sold before, because then you'd probably associate with a couple of brands. But yeah, I'd probably just if you can, something that you're familiar with.
Yeah, I think it's good advice in general for Amazon, to be fair. So
Yeah.
if you know and you enjoy it, that's always a good start, I think. But yeah, absolutely. I think some things may be more difficult to bundle together. I think the obviously category you've got is really good, but I think there's lots of other categories you can also create these kind of bundles in as well. So
Yeah, and there's a lot of there's so much volume in Amazon, and I was going through the subcategories the other day, and it's just absolutely crazy, like the volume in. I said DIY and tools then, and that's just the category that everyone knows, DIY and tools. But there's so many subcategories within that are doing so much volume. So, although I've just said DIY and tools, I have a niche within DIY and tools.
yeah,
It blew my mind when I saw the data the other day, and I was just going through how much each subcategory were doing in revenue. I was like, I can't believe it does this much.
Yeah, it's Amazon though, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it really is.
A good example of this is, for example, just show you the volumes, is that and actually probably around this time, maybe in a month's time, if you go to your local Tesco, your local Asda, whatever, they'll be selling off all their summer stuff, all the sun creams, all things like that, because that Tesco and Asda don't have a market to sell sun creams locally.
Exactly.
But Amazon, obviously serving the entire UK, they still sell that stuff year round, because there's still people going on holiday to Australia or whatever where it's warm, and while there's not enough sort of demand locally in a local Asda or whatever, there is demand on a country scale, which is obviously what Amazon does. So the scales that Amazon gets to on these things is just insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's more than you can even imagine.
Yeah, and we're operating on a national basis, whereas obviously the stores, like you just said, they're just operating on a local basis
Yeah.
and more of a I need it kind of now basis.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. So cool. So next question is how long you be doing wholesale and what's the net profit
Um,
on that month,
but,
for example? So
um,
you said November, didn't you? I think.
yeah, well, sorry, I started Amazon in November.
Okay.
Wholesale, we got the first. I actually opened the first wholesale account in December, which I still used for one of the bundles, but I never used it. So obviously, it's always been in my mind to do it. Probably, March. It was March, the first wholesale
Okay.
account
Nice. So six
that we
months
opened.
ish, something around there, maybe 5 6 months, something like
Yeah,
that.
5 months. Yeah, five
Yeah.
months at very most because it was the back end of March.
Yeah.
With an our first order.
Okay, crazy. Just shows you how quickly you can scale on Amazon. You don't necessarily have a huge amount of like capital, in Amazon, which is kind of crazy, really. It's a very interesting business model, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wish I had a ton more money, but
Yeah. Well, you will
yeah,
at some
yeah,
point.
like I don't have the Amex, so I still want. So yeah,
But yeah, it's insane, isn't it? So I mean, there's an argument. What you're doing right now. I mean, you could probably run this on a couple of hours a day, really, if you wanted to. There's obviously you. I think you want to scale, don't you, and grow. But
yeah.
there's
Like,
sometimes an argument for maybe just being happy where you are. Maybe I don't know. And if you could do it for 2 hours a day and make ten
when's enough,
thousand a month.
Simon?
Sorry.
When's enough money, though?
No,
That's the
exactly. That's
problem, isn't
true.
it?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
But for
when's
anyone
enough?
out there who maybe has more limited time, I'm not saying you can only do 2 hours a day when you first start. You probably have to put way more time into it than that. But something like this, probably once it's all established, can maybe take a little bit less time than you might imagine.
Yeah.
So hopefully, we sorted that audio problem out. Hopefully. So Tom is asking, do you have to create your own packaging, branding, etc.?
No, I don't. I should, but I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, you should. You should. But
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of these things, and I've seen other people doing private label who start out, and they start out with maybe just having a brown box or whatever it is to combine these things together.
yeah,
Once it becomes more of a proven model, or not model, that actual like product starts getting some established sales and it's more proven to you, then you can maybe think about, maybe making a branded box or something like that, just to, add your branding onto the actual product. I mean, most people, I think you only do that from China, really. But yeah, something like that. Basically, these things kind of evolve. You don't need the perfect thing right away. I guess it just
yeah,
evolves over
exactly.
time.
Mine's all polybagged, to be honest with you. So it's
Yeah,
yeah, it's all polybagged. The bundles, I will say, I do create a nice bit of branding on there on the box.
yeah,
I may have shown you anyway. Um, yes, we do a bit of kind of nice labels on the bundle box. Other than that, no, everything's just polybagged.
okay, yeah, yeah. So the one you're talking about, you do put it in a sort of a nice-ish box ish, and you put the instructions inside, don't you?
Yeah,
So
that's right. Yeah,
yeah, stuff
yeah,
that's inside. So okay, which is a good thing. Again, it could be like that whole, you put in the toothpaste, the whatever in a box, and then there's a little instruction thing there stuck to saying how to brush your teeth or whatever it is like that, essentially.
yeah. Well, exactly that. I know it's very basic what you've just said, but that's the
Yeah, it
principle
meets
of
the
it.
need, doesn't it? So, and it's
Yeah,
something you can
exactly.
improve over time, definitely. So next question then is, so you create these bundles and run ads.
Yeah, yeah. Just nothing more basic than that. Yeah, yeah. Create the
Yeah.
bundles. I wish it was that easy of just running ads and hoping for the best. But yeah, just that is quite honestly it. Create the bundles, get some reviews if you can through the Vine program, and then run ads to the product. And that has honestly been the way I've done every private label product, how I've done all the bundles. And I actually only started the bundles because I was going, how I said about the keyword search term before that, I only had 3,000 searches or 4,000. I wanted to try, well, how do I do it with, like a massive search volume? So yeah, that was actually the reason of trying bundles.
Okay, interesting. So we'll carry on. Amanda's got to say, how much do you kind of budget to and spend on these ads then? What do you
Um,
think?
I'll be honest, there's no budget. Obviously, I'm going off a cost per click. I'll work it backwards, so I'll see right what conversion rate am I getting on the product. Right, okay, if I'm getting 15% conversion, then how much margin is there? I need to obviously work my cost per click to become underneath the pound note margin. So yeah, I wouldn't say and I know a lot of people do, especially that are doing a lot more than me. Will say, right, but I'm not a huge company. But the big companies will say, right, I'm gonna put 5k of advertising to this. I don't budget. I think I've got them on like £12 per day on each ASIN, and they don't spend that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if it's profitable, I'm just going to keep plowing money into the ads.
No, absolutely.
And that will be my up until the end of the year. That will be the game plan until I've got the most reviews in the whole category that I'm in. The more sales and really establish myself.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. So
let me just plug this charger in 1 minute, Simon.
No problem. It's all good. So I think I was asking Ryan the other day, how much does he spend and how much does he get out from the ads? I think it was basically you put in £1, you get out £2. Basically, seems like
pretty much.
Which is pretty nice, to be fair. So so it's almost like a little bit money printer, really, when you think about it. So in theory, if you can keep pushing that. The only problem, I suppose, is if you say you're not actually spending the £12, you probably need to increase your bids per word, I'm assuming. I'm not an expert on ads, to be fair. It's a whole area of Amazon I'm totally naive to, really. I don't understand the basics. But yeah, how did you find learning the ads and all that kind of stuff? Did you go a course or you just jump in? And
trial and error, to be honest with you. I mean, with my job, obviously, I can watch a lot of content. Listen to a lot of content, not watch.
Okay.
So I picked up a lot of things. So yeah, they were just literally trial and error, really. Of let's see how we do.
Yeah.
Obviously, is a product profitable? Why is it not profitable? Let's lower the bids. Let's find the better keywords. Are we targeting the wrong keywords? Is my competitor missing a keyword that I can go after and obviously just start climbing the rank and getting the traction? Okay. And basically, I found a really weak seller, and I just found the products he was selling, found my supplier, and he actually left me a bad review on every single product, and I'm like literally just launching his brand, and he left me a 1-star review on every, and it didn't kill me. So and now he's coming out of the category that I'm in. He started launching like garden and camping stuff now. So yeah, he's give up.
Oh wow, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess the downside to this is it can be quite ruthless and competitive at times. These private label brands and bundles and stuff like that, and especially I know in the Chinese sellers, they see something doing extremely well, they'll do all sorts of dirty little tactics to get onto listings and the same products and stuff. But I guess you've not run into that just yet. But
no, I don't think there's enough volume for. I mean, my best selling product does 400 sales a month.
Okay, yeah.
But obviously, because I've got so many different products, I've got one that will sell 50. I've got about 10 that sell 50. That's one. But I have like some that sell 50, some that sell 100. But obviously, you've seen how many units, like 3,000 units I'll do. So it's just there's not one contributing factor.
No, okay, cool, makes sense. Yeah, cool. Cool. So that's basically creating a new listing. For that one. So, how are you positioning yourself when approaching wholesalers and selling on Amazon? Good question.
At the moment, because I've just moved into the unit, I'm positioning myself as a trade counter. I have actually had a trade counter built. So my fiance's dad come and literally built me a timber frame, and I've put it in front of the door, and it's a trade counter.
Oh, that is actually what a trade counter actually means. I thought it just meant like an actual address, but you actually have to have like actual counter.
I've got an actual counter.
Okay, interesting.
So I wasn't going to do this, but then some of the suppliers said, "Can you send me a picture of your trade counter?" And I was like, "Oh." I had ChatGPT create some images, and I thought, "It's just have one, Bill Ryan." So I positioned myself like I've got a trade counter. And you asked me a question last time actually, with why do wholesalers hate Amazon sellers?
Yeah.
And I've been just come across my mind is obviously they've been battered and bruised by Amazon sellers. Like there's this wave at the moment of wholesalers being battered off Amazon sellers. were the same. And someone commented, haven't they, today, saying there's nothing profitable. Now, if he doesn't actually go and find that profitable product, he's wasted the brand's time or the wholesaler's time by opening the account and just wasted their time. So imagine how many times that's happening for them. So they're just seeing this thing of they're not becoming profitable. And also, like Amazon, if you've already got some people selling on Amazon, why do they actually need more if they're not going to bring any value? Whereas if you can position yourself as a local business, going back to the Tesco's and the Asda's before, is what they're serving a local market of, I need it today.
Yeah. Okay. So is that the whole point of the trade counter then? They want to see that as like a member of the public in theory could come up and buy something a bit like Screwfix or whatever, or
pretty much, yeah, exactly that. That's the theory of the trade counter. Actually, I've just had it put in, so we only built it this Sunday. It got built.
Okay, cool.
But now it's just confidence to say, yeah, I've got a trade counter. Okay. But I'll be honest, I was opening an account last week without the trade counter. There is just some that I really want because they've got a few products that are selling a hell of a lot of times, and they're the one that asked me, can you send us a picture of your trade counter?
So it sounds like you're opening a lot of accounts here. And you're opening a lot of accounts, and I guess Amazon sellers, is it just not enough profitable things? Are you not as happy with the ones you've got, or why are you opening so many?
Credit. It's the credit thing for me. So if I can get 5-6 different suppliers with X amount of pounds credit, then it's I'm playing with their money then.
Okay, cool. Okay, interesting.
So that is the main reason, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay. And I'm assuming when you're going to these wholesalers, you have a product sort of bundle in mind that you're looking to build, or are you doing it the other way around?
So at the moment, the past week or so that I've been approaching the wholesalers, literally a direct sale of their product. So I just want to resell their products and just resell their products at the moment. There is some bundle opportunities, but the accounts over the past week, one of which, will have just got me a better price on a bundle product, but the others are literally just to resell their products.
Okay, cool. Okay, interesting.
Not massive volumes or best sellers like 50 a month, but it's a replan every single month as well, and it's brand direct, so it's just an easy replan every month.
So in theory, over time, with a better relationship, you ever get those cost prices down, and things like that. So and then improve your profits, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, hopefully so.
Yeah, which adds a bit of a moat or a barrier if you can build up the relationship, and so it's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. It makes me think a lot. So Bert's is we kind of maybe answer this way, but when buying wholesale using domestic delivery address, I think you did to begin with, didn't you?
Yeah, domestic at first. So I don't know if I ever sent you the pictures or video of what my house used to look like when the wholesale delivered in. I had like 2 or 3 pallets delivered.
Maybe I can't remember now, but yeah.
I'll have to. I will dig it out. I just might have to blur the brand.
It's all good.
But yeah, so at first it was to my house. Now it's obviously the warehouse.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you've upgraded to a warehouse. You were in there earlier. We tried to do the live stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's been a nice move, to be honest with you. Just a lot more spacious, and I feel I can call on help as well. A bit easier to do the bundles for me.
Okay.
Because obviously it's public place. So
cool. So you've got a warehouse. Is it one of these ones with a big sort of like sliding door and?
So it's got a big shutter. So there's a shutter and obviously just a door, toilet, and quite honestly, that's
space, which is a warehouse.
It's much nicer than having to drag all the boxes from in the dining room to the front room and then to the UPS man because he'd had enough of me.
It's a very exciting development, I'd imagine. I mean, I remember when I got my unit, I was like, oh, this is like, whenever I go to the prep center and I see the warehouse there, I always get excited. I can't help it. Just seeing everything there. Obviously, that's on a much bigger scale, but just makes me think, oh, you know what? I'd love to have a warehouse, to be honest.
Yeah, it's always been the goal. It's always been the goal. And probably lead into this if you want of prep centers. Yeah. When did you start with one?
So, it's a good question, actually. So I did a lot of stuff in-house to begin with, and I do recommend people do it all in-house. Yeah. And I remember the first time, and I basically jumped in pretty much into the Prime Day, and I ended up having, I don't know, all this stuff delivered to my apartment, top floor. It was a nightmare. I was a lot unfitter back then as well, so carrying that stuff up the stairs was a nightmare. I had to bribe the guy. I don't remember exactly when, but I started pretty much maybe about 6 months into Amazon. I'd say is where I got to the point where I was like sick of it. But I went on to a prep center, then went off it because I was like, at that point I wasn't making enough money to really justify it. Then eventually, when I realized my margins were good enough, I went back to a prep center because I realized at that point I cannot scale this from a top floor apartment. Basically, it's not, and I can't be spending all my time doing prep. Now, obviously, I had other things going on as well, like the YouTube, things like that, which I had bigger other ambitions to do. But that's pretty much the way I looked at it, and it's probably about 6 months in is when I started. So it does cost. It does, but at the same time, let's say I spend £2,000 a month on prep, right? I'm definitely making more money than £2,000 by doing other things with my time than doing prep.
Yeah, and so this has been the past week. I've been thinking about this of seeing a lot of new sellers going into a prep center, and I don't know what the cost for a prep center is. Let's say it's 30p per unit. So my cousin, is it like 30p? Is that the price?
I think if you do good volume, you can maybe get down to 30, maybe 35, 40p, something like that.
Right. So. Well, I had my cousin who he's 15, and I had him with me on Monday night, and he's only done a few shipments for me. So he's really new, and he done like more than 200 units in 2 hours. Was it 2 hours? Yeah. So let's say he does 100 units an hour. So like 35p per unit, £35. I don't know. A lot of the new Amazon sellers' time isn't worth £35 an hour yet. Because I'm seeing a lot of people jump into the prep centers so fast, and I honestly think that was a good factor of me growing fast. Is I managed to invest everything back in because I weren't spending. Everyone says, "Oh, valid example. You've got the YouTube. It is, more valuable for you." Whereas if you're not doing any other project and you I've got a lot of downtime, then you should probably be self-prepping and getting the investment back in, rather than wasting it on the prep center. Because if the cash flow is limited as well, then you're not going to be sourcing all the time because you're not going to have money to buy the deals.
I think the answer to that is, I think no matter who you are, unless you literally physically cannot do the prep yourself, like you don't physically not able, or you don't have the room, you should always prep yourself to begin with, just to learn the process.
Yeah.
And then you bring a good point there. I think capital is a big thing. If you've got the money to do it, and you're going to actually then spend that time you would have done prepping sourcing, then I think it's fine to use a prep center.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you're cash poor and time rich, then you should be, in theory, doing it yourself to keep as much money in the business as possible, to keep spinning that up, definitely. So it's obviously individual to every single one, be it every single person. But to be honest, most people come into this business and they are time rich, cash poor. So exceptions.
Completely agree with that, because honestly, I'm seeing a lot of people just jump into the prep center and kind of want this hands-off business, don't they?
Yeah, sure, I get it. Yeah, I mean, look, if you grow slower, but if that, it all comes down to lifestyle as well. To be fair,
100%.
It's one of those ones, isn't it? Really, but I think it's a good thing to start it off yourself and go from there, basically. But yeah, it's an interesting question though. Let's get some. We've got loads of questions. I'll try and get to them. So you start with 500 and reinvested and scaled from that. I think it's. Do you want to just touch on that quickly?
Yeah. So started off with me and my cousin at the first. So we both put £500 in, and then I think we both put in like another £750 after that. So it's like £2,500 each. And then I bought the rest of the stock off him in February. So I've still got, it was a lot of rubbish stock, to be honest. So a lot of it is still here because we were still learning. It was arbitrage at the time. So still got a lot here that I'm just moving on eBay at the moment. So yeah, I'd say my total investment is about £2,500. But yeah, off personal, £2,500, I'd say.
Okay, crazy. Okay. There you go. So, but it was obviously most people start off putting a 500,000 in, and they realize this is real. Amazon's real, even though we all buy on Amazon.
And that's what we done.
And then you're like, okay, I feel a bit more secure now. I'll put another 1,000, 2,000, whatever they put in, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty typical, to be fair. So I think we've done the budget on the ads one. So Tom's saying, did you go through a lot of failed products before finding a winner? That's a good question.
No, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the podcast. No, because I knew if I launched one product and it failed, I probably would have given up on private label.
Okay.
because of my personality. What I want fast results. I am impatient.
Okay.
So what I've done, I launched like 10 or 15 products in 2 or 3 weeks. It was crazy. Out of them products, one lost. Let me see if I can pull something up for you. I've done a spreadsheet after about 4 weeks of launching the products. One product was losing money. Out of like the 17 or whatever it was. So I just didn't know what we're doing, just turned ads off for it, and the product kept selling. So I've still never turned ads on for that product again. It still sells. So that instantly turned profitable. There is 2 products I've lost on to date because of the sizing. Like I said, I am still new to Amazon, so I do make obvious mistakes. Small, oversized products. Both of them just shipping. I say lose on. I just don't spend any money on ads now. But a very slow seller. Yeah, the shipping just kills me. Small, oversized products, and it's just not worth me selling or running ads to. So then they sell 5 times a month.
Yeah. No, interesting. I know when it comes to these kind of, obviously I do OA, so I don't have a choice on what the kind of sizing of the product is, and it is what it is. But I know when it comes to doing Amazon packaging, there is a bit of an art and a science to it as well. Like I remember with Chris at Warehouse Goblins told me that there was someone doing a private label product, and they used to I've just got this example here, really bad. I was going to do here, like they used to pack it like this. It's like stacking on top of each other. Okay.
Yeah.
But when they went flat like that, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
So just changing that one thing saved them like 30, 40. I can't remember what it was per thing, but basically flattening it down so that it could fit through a post box.
Yeah, because it's different sizes, and that's something you really have to keep you right. It's something I'll get better at. Like I've just literally when I went to unit then, that product that I was on about what I used to lose on, I was sending them out in like, I don't know the exact size. Let's say it's 6-inch by 9-inch poly bags, I think they were.
Sure.
But I can get them in, I think it was 3-inch by 7.5-inch, I can get them in. Yeah. Literally 50% of the size.
Yeah.
So I've literally just been making sure they fit at the unit today, making sure that they actually fit in the packaging I've ordered. And they do. So then once they land, I'll put it in for a remeasure and hopefully to save some money, undercut the competition, and then kind of do a fresh launch on it and get some traction again with it.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so definitely something to consider. And this is getting a bit more technical and advanced when it comes to these kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
These are some of the nuances. Again, I'll be honest, I don't necessarily recommend this kind of model for beginners, to be honest. There's so much to think about, and this is why I say most people, and to be fair, even you did on arbitrage to start with, because there's so much to think about: the ad spend, the packaging, and all this stuff, and creating the listing as well. How is the listing creation process? How have you found that with Amazon?
Really good, and I was lazy at first, to be honest. So, so I do a lot of keyword research. Obviously, I use Helium 10. Images weren't great at first, but the competitions were really bad. So I just picked weak sellers that I was going up against.
Yeah,
they are really good now. The VA, I got really lucky with the VA. I think I told you. So she's able to she's got a degree in design. So I got really lucky with that. So I literally said, would you mind, editing out? She's done every single private label image. She's just finished them today. Nice. So it's like 40 odd images. Well, 40 different products and 5 images for each one she's done over the past few days. Images, mine worked great. Our A+ content was fine. The product listing was fine to do, to be honest, because the competition was not good at all. Compared to them, it were really good. But obviously, I always see an improvement we can make, and I'm always like, that probably could be better. So then it's like, although I'm happy now, if you ask me again in 2 weeks, I'd probably give you the same answer. Like, this could have changed, that could have changed.
It's iterative, isn't it? Like, you can't get it all perfect ever right.
Well, yeah.
Every time you go on there, you notice something different, which is cool. It sounds like you did get very lucky with VA. Who did you get the VA from?
Who you recommended? Is it Sam?
Yeah, Outsource Central, yeah. So you got very lucky to have someone who does design. I'm not going to
honestly, she's amazing. Like, I feel bad because I said to Sam, I'm going to do daily calls with her. All right, I've just not. Yeah. And then the past 2 days, like I said, I've been sick, so I've just not spoke to her in 2 days pretty much. I called with her before.
Yeah.
But I just feel bad, but she just gets on with it.
It's like my admin VA, to be fair. I'm very lucky as well. I got one from Sam as well, and just literally, I feel bad as well because I barely speak to her. But literally, she's always on point with my accounts and stuff like that. The stuff I have to do, honestly, it's amazing.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got mine doing everything, so she does do a lot for me. So I've even got to the point of managing my emails now.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's something I've not taken the plunge on doing, actually.
Just,
I really need to get
the mental capacity the emails take sometimes. I'm like, I can't be asked to deal with them.
Yeah, no, you're doing it the right way, to be fair. I am so bad at letting go of tasks, which is really bad of me. It's something I need to improve upon, but yeah, that's crazy. So let's get to some of these other questions then. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm not sure. 9 o'clock is probably where we'll finish, but if you've got more time, it depends how the questions go.
Yeah, I'm fine, whatever.
So, any good recommendations for further info on Amazon ads buying? Want to look into it more? I know there's a good Udemy course I can maybe throw out there for people.
I'm a trial and error person, so I can't recommend anyone because I've never ever took anyone's things. But I am a trial and error person.
Yeah.
If you're good with data and numbers, you'll be fine, to be honest. And if you can if you've just got that knack for spotting things, you'll be okay. No better thing than trial and error. They're not overly expensive. I mean, they can add up depending on the search value, but
true.
Yeah, providing that there's no better thing than trial and error. Just jumping in and figuring out what you're going to do.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so I was trying to find this Udemy course. I don't think I can find it now, but anyway, I'll post it in my group later on if I find it. But yeah, all trial and error basically. I know some people have gone through a Udemy course and things like that. I mean, you can find all these things pretty cheap on there and stuff. Like that. Or just trial and error basically. Go from that. So okay, cool. No, it sounds good. So I think we've done the budget one. We've done. Oh, this is your first Xmas with Wholesale. How are you preparing for the Q4 rush?
Well, another question. We're going to lead into something else, I think, because my products probably won't see much of a spike. I'm thinking they're not gifting products, no. So yeah, probably may look into Cogita. I'll be honest. I may look into it if I can figure out some cash flow and figure out how much we've got, because obviously the units cost a bit of money this last month.
You're a limited company now, aren't you?
Yes.
So you can get their Mondu in finance. Which is
I thought so. Yeah. So I'll be honest. I think I'm going to have a look at Cogita. I'm probably going to have to tap into a little tit for tat on the old Cogita and
I mean, literally, it's going to be. I mean, that's what I'm going to be using for Q4. So obviously, those that don't know, and many of you already do, I apologize. Cogita is a wholesale marketplace where you can basically get access to I think it's 600 plus wholesalers now all over Europe. It's health and beauty. But yeah, that's where I order my stuff from. And it's a bit of a hybrid between, it's not traditional wholesale, like where Ryan's having to call up the wholesalers or email them, although I think you always call, don't you? And open accounts. All these wholesalers are already on the website, so you can kind of order on the website essentially. So it's a great platform, to be fair.
Yeah, I just think for the products that it's got, the demand is obviously really good. And I do want to, I feel like I'm plateauing a little bit now. And I know that can give me. I'll be honest. I want that huge Q4 spike as well.
It's interesting because unfortunately, your products category is just not really going to kind of do that. But you're going to get a more stable.
Yeah, it's stable.
Yeah,
it's very stable.
It's just one of those ones.
So
you're not gonna,
So that what I was going to do. I was thinking we either do Cogita, or we do gifting bundles.
Yeah.
So it's
why not do both? Why not use Cogita to make gifting bundles?
These pockets are empty, Simon. That's the.
Well, yeah, we'll have to. You have to use a Monday maybe and see if you can get a credit line with
that's something else I can probably look into. But yeah, I probably will. Now you've mentioned that I probably will give it a go, because I do see everyone doing Cogita, and I just think I just want to tick the box.
We'll see what it's like. I mean, I freaking love it. I also promote it as well. So if you do want to sign up to Cogita, I wasn't planning on shilling it, but here we go. You can get £120 off your first order with the code FBA Mogul. So you can do that.
I'll use that.
But yeah, it's especially for Q4, because I mean I've already said this multiple times now in streams and videos and stuff. I'm literally going after perfumes, aftershave, gift sets. Basically, that's pretty much what I'm looking for Q4 because they're the things that go crazy. And then obviously you can get all those on Kogita. So yeah, and they go well, I said the price actually spikes. The price does generally spike on these things, but also the demand goes up 10 times, 20 times sometimes on these things, which is just insane. It's an insane time of year, isn't it? So
yeah, of course it is. Yeah, so it's like I say, I might do both. I just don't know. Yeah, I probably will give Kogita a go, but I do want to register another trademark and just do gifting bundles and just see what sort of volume we could actually push through and probably document it, because I won't be that worried about it being doxed and everyone copying me.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Well, I mean, obviously you could potentially make a lot of money in Q4, but then unfortunately the rest of the year, those kind of things are pretty much going to not die off, but the sales will be much lower.
I would probably build it into just a seasonal brand. So obviously Valentine's Day, it could be wise of me to even register it now and ready for Halloween. You know, so I'd probably just create a seasonal brand.
Yeah. And by the way, there's so many obviously Q4 is like the big season. That's the big one. But there's so many, like you mentioned, Halloween, back to school right now. I'm selling a lot of stuff that's back to school. I didn't even realize. And then someone's like, oh, yeah, it goes back to school. I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Okay. So a lot of things that kids buy when they go back to school, parents buy for their kids when they go back to school.
Yeah.
There's like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's. I don't know. Bonfire. I don't know. Like, there's so many you can think of.
There's a lot, isn't there? There is a lot.
But it's a very short window.
Yeah.
So Patrick's Day is another one, and then you're basically done.
Yeah. So. No, it is, but it's.
Q4 is the big one, of course. You've got 3 months, which is a long time, but also it's the biggest one as well. So
I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it.
No, that's cool. All right, that's a good question, by the way. So where are we on the questions? So is this your main hustle? Or do you have a job alongside this? I think we've already kind of.
I have a job alongside this. So I'm a sales rep for a wholesaler.
Yeah. So it works in wholesale, which is a big thing, I think. Hey, Adrian, thanks for joining us, by the way. So, sorry, I'm taking a while to get through the questions and stuff, but I appreciate you coming on. So how long before you moved into the warehouse? Well, it's been from November, isn't it? So
So I've just moved in, start of August, 5th of August I moved in. So how many months is that? 10 months? Yeah, 10 months. Like 9 months. 9 months. We started November. 9 months. 9 long, hard months of being divorced before I'm married.
Yeah, so we're trying to build a business. It takes
a
lot of time. But as I say, it's a super exciting development, isn't it? Getting a warehouse. So how big's the warehouse in square foot?
It's 1,200 square foot, so it's nice. Too big for what I need right now. But the price would go, the locality. I mean, you know how fast I've just got home and reset everything up. The locality of it's really good. So it will do me for 2-3 years.
Cool.
And obviously, it's
how much are you paying? Do you mind if we
ask? So it's 900 a month at the moment. That's fixed for 2 years, and obviously got the bills and stuff. But I'm on the small business rate, so it won't be much.
Okay, just under. Okay, cool. That's good. See, that does help a lot. But the problem with having lots of space is you're going to fill it. So you actually kind of want a lean warehouse, don't you? Really, you don't want to be storing stuff.
Exactly.
You're not making money. So
exactly that. It's but it opens up the other side. Like I can add the eBay in and stuff, and
interesting.
And I want to. Well, I already do a bit of seller-fulfilled Prime, but I'm not with. Long story, I want to do more seller-fulfilled Prime anyway, so the warehouse allows me to do that.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. So is there anything you can do if someone else starts selling on your listing? Or I'm sure there is. I don't know much about that.
I've never actually had it. It's funny, I check all the time. Never actually had it, but just kick them off. Just report them. Never had it. Helium 10 will let me know when someone tries it. But there is. You just kick them off. They've not got your product. They've not got your brand.
It's a brand, isn't it? You essentially do an IP claim on them.
Exactly that. As long as it's your own brand and not generic, you're absolutely fine. Just IP claim them.
Awesome.
To be fair, depending on your personality, you can just drop them a message and say, like, depending on how nice
Yeah,
you
do you
are.
know what? I think it'd be nicer. None of us like IP. I think it'd be nice to maybe just send a nice email first,
Yeah,
give them a chance, and then give them a day or something, and then say, "Look, you're done," basically.
I will not be doing that.
Okay. Okay.
I know the same for
Well, I
my
guess
mate.
the only thing is what you're paying for ads, this kind of stuff. So if they're getting sales, in theory they shouldn't get the buy box. But if they start undercutting you and doing things like that, then I guess you got to kind of
Yeah,
like pay half more,
exactly.
haven't you?
And they know the brand. They know it's they can't just go and buy my brand. So
Yeah.
um,
So
yeah.
it might be people just the quality of your videos would have been
Oh,
funny, but anyway,
what's going on with the camera?
don't know. Anyway, it's strange, isn't it?
Oh
Same
wow,
camera, yeah?
that's
Yeah.
really that's
Have you
really
got two cameras or just one camera?
just one, I think.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Shall I try and stop the video and
I wouldn't stop it. No, don't want to risk that. No,
okay.
we'll carry on as it is. It's fine. It's only
Yeah.
the video. It's not too bad. I don't know what's going on there. We'll carry on anyway. We can hear you still. Hopefully, everyone can hear you still. So, yeah, cool. Let's fire through some of these then.
Yeah.
So, Veradeo is saying, can I create a completely new Amazon listing for unique bundle using big brand products? For example, if I combine Dove shampoo and conditioner with an extra item like a head massager.
Yeah. So you need to, depending on the brand, you need to cover the logo of. I don't do this. I don't like doing this. But I have seen people do it, like Garnier, for example. I know they'll instantly. I think it's AI now with Amazon. So they'll detect the logo. You need to kind of like put like an emoji over it or something just to kind of make the AI not pick it up. You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, best to not though, if that makes sense. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I focus on the smaller brands, and you want to make a proper bundle. To be honest with you,
I think if you, let's say Dove, for example, if you just cover the Dove logo, people are still going to recognize that brand, that bottle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apologies to the video guys, but we'll just have to carry on. It's fine. But yeah, I hope that answered that one. How many VAs do you have, and is their pay and work week structured?
So we've got one VA at the moment. Yeah, work week is structured. It's still very new for me. It is structured so that she's got a task to do first thing in the morning, and then it's kind of free for all at the moment, just because I'm trying to find her more and more what I kind of want to delegate, just because she's so new still. Yeah. But yeah, it will become very structured in the long run. I do want to get someone else, as I will build a decent team around me. Yes.
I think a good way to do the task list is basically come up with all the task lists, and then every task basically is going to be categorized as like a daily or a weekly or a monthly or a yearly.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be the ad hoc tasks where it could be a customer email where it's like if that comes in, that gets done right away or whatever, stuff like that. So you can pretty much build up kind of like, and obviously there's other tasks as well that you're doing. But yeah, could be an interesting, good approach, I think. So and there are monthly, VAs work on a monthly rolling contract. So basically, just like you pay them every month. So.
I'd happily pay for a yearly now, to be honest with you. Like she's impressed me so much within the first 3 weeks.
Don't do that because she might run away.
No, don't worry, I'm not. But honestly, man, she's good.
So the way the VAs work, you basically pay them every 2 weeks, and it's roughly, depending on what you're doing, £300 to £350 a month. You do have to pay their 13th month pay quickly, which is basically a Christmas bonus. That's the way it works. If they're in the Philippines, they get like an extra bonus at Christmas. But yeah, beyond that, it's pretty much. And then they get some time off and stuff. And obviously you can, I'd say, treat people like you want to be treated, basically. Give them a little bonus and stuff like that. And give them
exactly that.
Like that. So, try and build a good culture and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how it works. So, yeah. It's Outsource Central is who we used. So do you use a credit card for funds at first? I have about 1,500 and I'm always running out of money and obviously only getting around 150 back at the time. So can't use Cogito or Wholesale at the moment.
The only thing I have personal credit is a Monzo Flex, which is it's like £5,000 credit limit or something, and it was like 1,500 when I started. That's the only thing I've got. I do have credit with the suppliers. Might be worth knowing what model they're doing, if they're doing wholesale or if they're doing Cogito, go with the option that you mentioned before, if it's possible, or if they're doing arbitrage, that's just nature of the beast, isn't it? You've got got to sell the products, get the money in. The only thing that was good for our cash flow at first when I actually first started arbitrage. I don't know a lot of FBM,
Yeah.
and the money became available so fast.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing, a good tip. Yeah. So one thing I was going to say is like, I mean, I use American Express pretty much for all my purchases online arbitrage. Quickita take American Express as well, so that obviously gives me like 40 days depending on when I actually purchase the product when I need to pay it back. Wholesalers probably don't take Amex, I imagine.
No, no, they don't. They all want it bank transfer.
Bank transfer, yeah. So you got some credit, but then and some credit terms with some of them, but then otherwise bank transfer. Basically, no credit cards, not even a Visa or anything like that. So just
you may get lucky where the one will let you pay card. I've just opened one up today actually, and they refused me for a credit account, so I'm on a pro forma.
okay.
And they've said that before delivering they'll phone for payment the day before, so that'll be interesting to see how. I presume that's actually my card over the phone.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see actually.
Yeah, okay, there you go, something new for you.
There we go. Well, we'll see in a few weeks, I guess.
So I guess this is one of maybe I don't want to say a downside, but one of the things you need to keep in mind is that you probably need the cash in the bank to do these kind of, or if you can arrange some sort of credit terms with the wholesalers, you're not going to be able to use Amex. You're not going to be able to use credit cards realistically. The only one you can do that with is Quickita because it's a bit of a different model.
Yeah,
they'll take all that kind of stuff. I love using Quickita and Amex. Well, I've
yeah,
got so
you
many
can
points
rack
now.
up
I've probably got now at least 10 return flights to Dubai and back, first class.
Oh, wow.
In points. I just don't know. I've actually got more points than I know what to do with pretty much at this point. Jeez. So, and it keeps building. So, I need to start traveling more, I think.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
But I can't, unless I get 2 first class seats, but yeah, they won't quite work.
Just get 2, don't use one, just put your bag on one of them.
To be honest, every time I've been first class, it's been pretty much empty. So yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, one time I flew, I literally sat in another one that was all set up just so they could take pictures of me and stuff like that. Then I was like, I'm not actually going to post it. But yeah, there was literally, I think there was 3 people in there, and it could hold like 12 people. So,
oh wow,
it was pretty good. All the people like were in business class weren't allowed up. I thought they might upgrade them, but they didn't.
Yeah,
yeah, I guess. Yeah, so. But yeah, it's nothing better than traveling first class. By the way, it's amazing.
I'll give it a go eventually when.
Absolutely.
I need to get onto the Amex.
So did you mention you went to wholesale right away? Or did you use FBA first? So it was online arbitrage first, and then into wholesale.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry to answer that for you. I just want to get through these.
No, you're fine.
So Tony, hey, thanks for joining us, by the way. Sorry it's taking so long to get to your question. What's the best business card do you recommend of getting as a newish starter that is also good for loans? So, I mean, the cards that I recommend are American Express. You can get that under personal, or you can also get one in a limited company. Obviously, that's not going to be okay for a wholesale. There is Capital on tap, but you need to be a limited company. And then for loans, I don't know. I don't know that one really.
the place I've seen for loans is I've not got one. Business. It's like the government. If you search government business loan, it's like 6% yearly.
Okay.
Up to 25k you can get. I've not got one.
Yeah.
But I have seen people use them.
Yeah, so I know the government do offer like these startup loans and things like that. I think they make you jump through a ridiculous number of hoops and make you come up with a business plan and all this kind of rubbish. But I guess if you're willing to go through those hoops, then they'll give you that.
If it's going to unlock a lot of things for you, I'd recommend it.
There's probably services out there that will help you with it as well. They'll probably take
ChatGPT, Simon.
Or ChatGPT, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
But
yeah, that makes sense. So can I open an account with a wholesaler you work for and get nice prices, please?
No such thing as nice prices off me, sorry.
Yeah, when you spend your first $100,000, then we'll talk about prices.
Yeah. No, you cannot. I don't mix work and I don't mix work and pleasure. I'm afraid.
Did you get any DMs, by the way, after our first video from people?
No, I think I had a couple asking of. Yeah, sorry, I did. I did actually.
I did say
it's different as well because I've got my local local area that serves. So my easy cop out is, I'm not your sales rep. Sorry. So
no, exactly. Even I don't know your wholesaler, to be fair. So, but yeah. So, oh yeah, are you deciding to go full time anytime soon? This is a very interesting question. I'm going to be doing a video on this actually, by the way, soon.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, does your job impact the time with Amazon?
Yes to both. So yeah, the plan is to go full time end of the year. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I need to probably add another 20k sales, um, which should bring me up to about 7.5, 8k net profit.
Yep.
Sorry. Profit after ads. It's not net. It's just after ads, and I've got some other expenses. But
Yeah.
get to about 8k profit after ads, and then I'll look to go full time. Should be fine end of year. Obviously Q4, but I should accumulate some extra funds with them
Yeah.
profit. Yeah. The job takes too much time off Amazon. 40 hours a week, which I hate spending 40 hours a week on
Sure.
their business rather than my own. So yeah, it takes too much time off me at the moment, but it is what it is.
No, fair enough. Yeah. So, how did you make that decision on how much you need to make and how much you're planning on pulling out the business before you kind of quit your job? Because this is obviously one thing I'm
Um,
going to cover in my video is coming up with
yeah,
this
well,
plan of how much you need to. Because you can't just make, let's say, 4 grand a month. Because if you make 4 grand a month on Amazon, you need to take 4 grand out. Then you're basically your business is stagnated.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, I work out, so I'm happy to share all this stuff. So I come out with about 2,500 after tax with a job,
sure.
and I have a lot of takeaways, Simon. You know, I've got a little soft spot for a chicken burger, and I realise if I can cut back on some of these expenses, and obviously just being out on the road, being a sales rep, like getting all like there's just little. I can probably get my expenses down to about 2 grand a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then I'll be honest, I've always kept moving the goalposts. Like at first, you like right, get 6k profit, and then
Yeah.
I'm done. And I was like, well, I'm at this point now, and I'm not like overly stressed. I'm not. It's fine now. So I just think, well, just keep getting a wage and keep paying for Christmas. Well, I can get all the kids' presents and stuff
Yeah.
off the salary. So yeah, so that there was no real structure. It was just like, well, the unit cost, let's say, 1,100 quid all in for everything a month. Me, which is 2 grand, 3,100, and then whatever expenses we have. So like, let's say another 300, 400 quid of expenses. Then the rest is just
Sure.
reinvested. I never want to pull out more than what I'm putting in. So if it's profiting 6k, I don't want to be paying myself 4 and putting 2 to grow the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like I'm a big cost and now kind of out of the way. Obviously, I had to pay like 3 grand for the unit up front, which was a big expense.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just getting them out the way now. And then, yeah, so there was no real structure. It's just a case of, well, that's the target.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough, really tough. And I wish I'd love to speak to more people that have done it or are in the process of doing it.
Yeah.
'Cause I do think it is, no matter what Amazon seller or you're working for a company and just want to go and take that business and do it yourself, I think it is very difficult decision to come to, no matter what you're doing.
No, yeah, it's difficult to be fair. I mean, what I do basically, I definitely don't do it right, by the way, but I literally just take out pretty much exactly what I need every month and no
Yeah,
more. I want to keep every penny I can in my businesses, essentially. So I literally just take out. And sometimes when I'm in Dubai, whatever, I'm taking out a lot more. And other times when I'm at home, I actually live so frugally, it's unbelievable. I think food's probably my biggest expense.
yeah, me and you both.
If you can't tell.
The chicken burgers get me, Simon. That's the problem.
So I just take out literally what I need. Now I don't have a family and like that, which is a bit easier for me and stuff, and I don't have a mortgage, thank God, which helps as well. So I built myself a little frugal sort of lifestyle essentially.
Yeah.
Just talking about traveling first class a second ago, but yeah, I am pretty frugal. So yeah, and just do that basically. But it's a difficult. And I'm going to do a whole video on this, like the game plan of quitting your job. What do you need to do? Starting Amazon. What do you need to make? How much you need to pull out so you can quit your job. That's the whole video I'm planning on doing. So it's been a while since I've done a proper video, and that's what I want to do, which I think could be quite popular, to be fair.
I think it could be because I've actually searched for videos on YouTube for this.
Yeah.
there is no right or wrong, is there? I mean, to be fair, there is a wrong. There is a
Yeah.
wrong, but everyone's circumstances is different. It is nice though to have something to aim towards, I guess, and
Yeah.
this is how
100%.
I done it, or just general advice on the topic because it is it's life changing really because you're
Yeah.
gonna get you're losing a salary but you're gaining however many hours in. Also, there's no point in me quitting my job to then lay in bed all the time and not actually get that time moving. That's not what the time is for at the moment. So
No, exactly. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, no, interesting. Yeah. So yeah, whole video coming on that soon. Hopefully, get that done soon. Cool. Let's get through some of these questions then, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. Where are we? So Adrian's saying, Simon, is it hard to get an Amex as a new limited company? I didn't know. How did I do it? I actually don't know. I don't necessarily think it is, but it's worth just trying and applying and seeing. Now, when I got mine, I already was under my personal name, and then I just got, obviously, still had some history with them. And then when I opened my limited company, that, I guess, helped. And you'd think these things would be separate, but they're not. It's really crazy. Amex are horrible like this. Like one time I spent too much money on my limited company, and then my personal card got basically everything got shut down basically, and then my personal allowance got reduced massively on my personal account. But yeah, I'd say just give it a go and see. Otherwise, you can try Capital on Tap as well. But yeah, as a sort of backup one, I'd say. But I'm not actually sure how good they are for new companies. Lewis saying, when you open a wholesale account, how do you analyze the products to sell or to sell a bundle? Open 2 this week, can't find anything for arbitrage. So thinking bundle was wondering, how do you analyze the bundles?
If you're still here, Lewis, how many products are in the catalogue of the wholesaler? I mean, 2 people have commented, haven't they, saying they've opened an account up, but there's not one thing profitable. And also, what were your process of opening the account? Was it a case of this is a wholesaler, let's open the account and then see if there's anything on Amazon, or was it a case of this product selling on Amazon, let's find a wholesaler or the brand? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what order you went with to how did you come to this wholesaler and how big is the catalogue? Because if it's a case of you just come across wholesaler and hope to be products there to flip on Amazon, then yeah, it's not going to work. You need to, I'd be interested just to see how you come across that account basically.
So yeah, so I think we touched that again. There's a whole video, and I'll get it actually for you guys. But yeah, we did a video before, like maybe a month ago or something like that, where a lot of these questions were answered. But I can't remember if you were saying was the brand direct one was a good approach. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, all mine's. I mean, I tell you what, I've just done the one that's pro forma, that's a wholesaler, but I always focus for brand direct.
So you're contacting the brand.
Yeah. I always contact the brand.
Yeah.
Around, he's commented around 5,000 on each item used at source to scan. So I don't use Arbisource either, which is Lewis, it just might be worth seeing how did you come to the brand as well. I don't use Arbisource, so I don't know if it's what the results. I have used it in the past, but just prefer to it manual. And it might just be that your account has been blanketed with a term of a set prices, if that makes sense, with no real discount on there. So that could be the case as well. Because the one I've just opened today, I've just had a quick walk through. The prices aren't great at the moment, but they don't really know what to buy yet. So, yeah.
So how did you find that wholesale, Lewis? Let us know. While you're telling us that, we'll move on. So Tony's saying, thanks for asking. So if you had only 1K to spend, where would you source your products for good profit, apart from Cogita? Well, the answer is Cogita. I know, but no. What do you reckon to that? So I mean, I think this is kind of some questions like it, and it goes back to that previous video, like going and having a brand in mind and calling it a brand and seeing if you can get an account with them, and if not, you find out they're distributors, correct?
Yeah, so what I've been doing, I've been going to Amazon, finding the product, contacting the brand. Well, I had one. There were some gloves the other day. The brand don't sell direct to the UK, so they work through distribution. So then I contacted the only UK distributor of this glove, and we're not looking for any new, whatever the word they put, not looking for any new distributors at the moment. So now I've got to go to the distributor's distributor. So like, I always going to go to the brand first.
Yeah.
But now I'm like going to distributor's distributor. I'll keep trying. If it don't, obviously, if it's not profitable, it's not profitable. It is what it is.
Yeah, you got to try, haven't you? And so there might be just 2 layers in that chain where there's no profit made, but
Yeah,
you got to try and see, and then go from there, I suppose. And then if you can't work with that one, maybe go to another brand that's similar. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. It's yeah, you always want to get as close to the brand directly, which, but also mindful that they might not want to open you an account, so you might have to go through distribution.
Yeah. So Lewis found them through ChatGPT apparently. So the ones he's never heard of before. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Lewis, you can. I mean, you can put it publicly if you want, or DM. I will take a look at the wholesaler for you and let you know if it's any good. But if ChatGPT are recommending it, they're too popular to even get into ChatGPT's algorithm to recommend you now. Is like it's the new SEO, isn't it? So it's really difficult. So I'm going to guess the wholesaler is not a niche wholesaler and probably a bit too big. Or yeah, I don't think it'll be a great wholesaler in short.
The easy ones are the crap ones, basically.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
essentially.
exactly that. Lewis, honestly, go to Amazon and find the products that you want to sell with good data, limited sellers on. Some filters, for example, max of 2 FBA sellers. Minimum, I always put like minimum 5 or 6 sellers, and there's a few FBM. But you always want a couple that are selling FBA to make sure you can do that product. Go the Amazon route first and find the product, then find your distributor or brand.
Lewis, if you've sold before, what have you sold before? You could look at that. I'm talking. This is all theoretical because I don't actually do this myself. But you could say like, oh, you've sold like a DJI mic, for example. Okay, you ring up then DJI, you've sold it, you've had success with it, and you bought it from an online retailer or whatever. Call them up and see. Obviously, DJI are a huge company. They're not going to do you a direct brand, but they'll probably give you a distributor for the UK or whatever.
Yeah.
Or if it's a smaller company, I don't have anything small here, but there's not such a well-known brand, then maybe they will do you a sort of direct sort of brand, whatever it is, But yeah, maybe just try and see what you've had success with in the past and go from there. Could be interesting.
Well, just like you said, then it's the brand we opened last week. One of them, we sold one of their products when I was still doing it with my cousin, maybe back in like December, January. We ordered the products off a website.
Yeah.
And then it just comes to mind, oh, that was a good seller. This was last week. I was a good seller, actually. Let's see if we can get the brand open. I've got the brand direct account now.
Nice.
So it's something that I was literally just flipping. I remembered, oh, yeah, it sold well. So yeah.
How do the prices compare that you've got with them versus what you got it from that?
I'll actually share with you the exact, if you bear with me 2 minutes to get it up on this tab.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, cool.
Will be interesting to see. Let me get the code as well that I ordered.
Let me just see the other questions while we see. Okay, I've got a couple more good questions. What time do you need to go, by the way? Let me know.
I'm free. Just the cameras annoy me, Sam. I'm not going to lie, the cameras. I can't
I don't know why it suddenly went mad.
That is strange,
is your fiance on Netflix or something? Killing the internet.
She will be, but I'd like to think I'm not restricted by. I can actually get it up in cell ramp and I'll have the history, won't it?
Okay, if you want to send over a screenshot or something, I can put it on there. But yeah, it's interesting. What we'll do is we'll say 9:30, guys. Hopefully we'll get the questions in by then. And yeah, so Adrian's saying reverse sourcing 101. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love the sourcing with a source. Oh yeah, can you kindly share a wholesaler with us that we can start with as a newbie? If you go and watch that other video, there is one mentioned in there. So go and watch that video I linked above. There's one in there. So there's your free wholesaler.
But again, I mean, they're going to have to dig that out. So he's actually doing a bit of effort if he goes to use that one.
Good. That's exactly what I want. It's perfect.
Yeah.
If you watch that video all the way through,
But-
then I'll find it. But there is one in there. So
There is one in there, but don't be relying on other people to give you the wholesalers. Get on
no,
there.
it's a big thing. Obviously, if someone's got a big wholesaler, they're doing a good. There's a good wholesaler they're doing a lot of business with. They ain't going to share it with you. Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, you know, we're all friendly and we all share information, knowledge, but we're not going to give you literally every single thing, including here's what I buy from, here's what I sell. Just go and copy me. It's just not going to happen, unfortunately. So that's just never going to happen. Yeah, even
So
if you
I
do
found
like a
the-
mentorship or something. But yeah,
I found the product. It was £6.47 that I ordered it off the website. It's not going to sound like a massive saving, but £5.82. So about 10% cheaper. So the website was actually only making 10%. But yeah, it's 10% cheaper. So
nice.
yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's good. And say in theory, you could get that price down with a bit more relationship.
Yeah, and obviously they've got. Do you know what? Off that same brand, I've sold another products as well. I was picking them up from a local shop, and
what do you mind saying what category this is in, or
DIY again.
okay,
I was picking them up from a local shop,
yeah.
and I can't remember what I paid though now. And they were selling like 50 times a month, and I've got them quite a bit cheaper now. So yeah, so anyway, then products obviously allowed me to build my order up with the supplier, which is obviously
and that's brand direct now, yeah.
Yeah, and it's all
yeah.
replenishable.
So that brand direct, obviously, you got, as far as I'm aware, way more negotiating power because obviously they're probably making a pretty healthy margin, I'd imagine. So at some point, you might.
I'll be honest. I emailed them, so I put my order in, like I do, and then I emailed just so I know moving forward how does your pricing work? Are we on fixed pricing? Are we? Because I found profitable products straight off the bat.
Yeah.
How does your pricing work? Do we? Is there room for negotiation on volume? And there's not, he said. He said, obviously, we may find a. He said, we'd like to keep it. I can't remember the words he used. I'll tell you what, I'll pull the email up. I'll send you the email. And then, provided it's not got the branding, I'll.
Wait until you start spending 20, 30, 40, 50 grand with them. They might negotiate prices.
Yeah. To be fair, but another thing that I've started doing, I've started focusing on the products that, similar to the private label, they just sell 50, 60 times a month.
Interesting.
Just get a few of them in. If I get 5 of them in, I'm selling it because the competition is really low on it. And I know they won't be using a reprice or anything. The competition.
Okay.
So
hopefully there's other things you can do to build up those things. But yeah, so another good question, by the way. Do you need a website? So Mr. R is saying, I'd like to set up a website.
Yeah, I'd say that's a non-negotiable.
Okay, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'd say that's a non-negotiable. Because it doesn't hurt to do one. And it's just nice. Have your own domain, have your own email at that domain, and have a website. You don't have to have products on a website. Mine is literally just saying we have a distribution, blah blah blah. And I've actually put a login button on mine just to say people can log in to view trade prices. So I positioned it.
No.
Pardon?
Does it work?
The login button done. I don't know if anyone's actually ever visited the website, one of the suppliers, but it just doesn't hurt to have it, does it?
So it's just a basic website with a bit of information on there. You got a stock picture of like a warehouse or something, or
yeah. I've actually a ChatGPT image of a warehouse.
Well, now you can put your own warehouse in there, and your own trade counter at some point, can't you? But yeah, it's just
it's not very good. It's not very good though, is it? So I'll keep the ChatGPT one for now. I'm sending you what they actually responded when he asked for better pricing.
Okay, typically we don't. We keep everything as fair as possible. We're not offering bulk orders to keep it a level playing field. Okay, fair enough. So I'm pretty sure if Amazon went to them, they ain't going to be keeping a level playing field, are they? There we go.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, give me a bit of confidence because I thought, well, at least we're all on the kind of same playing field.
Yeah, no, that's good. In a way, it does make sense, to be fair. But yeah.
Okay, so I was happy on that front.
Okay. So, okay, cool. So, yeah, we definitely need a website. Let me just make sure I've not missed out on anything then. It's kind of last final few questions. Nilby's, make sure I've not missed one here. Thanks for asking. Okay, yeah. So, Nilby's saying it's very specific to your own circumstances. Quit my 9 to 5, only making 3,000 gross profit. but I don't have a mortgage or kids, so it's much lower barrier for me. It's the same as me, basically. And as I say, I keep my expenses low. I don't have a Lamborghini or anything like that. I need to pay for maintenance and stuff, so yet. So, I do pass the Aston Martin garage every now and then. I'm like,
I can't wait to see that video. I can't wait till you get one.
Nah, I'm going to get a house first, but at some point I will get one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you can't, we're not doing that. It's ChatGPT. So what's the best shop to do RA that you suggest? I would go to fbamogul.com. We've got an entire retail arbitrage series in there with all the tips and tricks for all the different stores you can go to. So fbamogul.com. Check that out. There is loads of stuff on there.
Yeah, I do exactly the same.
Yeah, so there's loads of shops. There's so many. It's all of them. I mean, I actually filmed a retail arbitrage trip. I still need to get it edited, but I went to Sainsbury's and did a big retail arbitrage trip.
How did you do?
Sorry?
Did you do well off it?
Yeah, I won't say how much profit it is because it was. I'm going to keep that for the video. It was it was lots of profit. Let's put it like that. So.
Good.
Yeah. I've got like a video of me piling it all up in the car park, and yeah, it's all good. Basically, I just need to get it edited, because it was like a whole day sort of epic thing, and I just need to edit it properly. But yeah, I was using those new Meta glasses to film it, and
nice.
talking and stuff, and yeah, it was all fun. So
good.
Yeah, I've just got all the footage, just need to edit it and get it released.
All
That's my bottleneck right now. I need to find a good editor again. Typically it isn't a hard no though. No, it wasn't a hard no though. I on that one no. So you need to get the Aston. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at some point I'll do it, but it's a silly expense. So yeah. Right, guys. So, any more questions then, or should we wrap that up? Any more questions to Ryan? We've got him online here. So, and Ryan, you're doing some social media now. You've got your Twitter.
I'm trying, Simon, but obviously we need to make an investment in the camera now. Yes, I am going to push the socials. So it is AMZ Ryan H. There will be. Because I'm going to dig deeper. I think I think realizing in the chat here, there's a lot of questions to be asked, isn't there? That in the wholesale space of. That people just don't know, so yeah, I think I'm going to push it. Probably focus on private label and wholesale.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we've got a very unique perspective in the fact that you say work for a wholesaler. That is a big sort of thing that not many people can replicate necessarily. So you've got the Amazon, you've got the wholesale crossover. So that expertise essentially is very valuable as far as I'm concerned. So a little tip for you there.
yeah, no, it's nice. But how long will we be able to offer that?
It gives you. I mean, how long have you worked for the wholesaler in that industry though?
Well, I've worked for this wholesaler for a year, but I worked for another one for a year beforehand.
Okay, so you've got experience, and you got essentially what you've got is what's called authority. So which is hard to get essentially. So. Yeah, that's it could be a very good thing. Basically, I'd definitely get on the social media and say you've got a bunch of questions here. You've got a bunch of videos in theory here.
I know. It's time. It is. So I enjoy it.
I'd say right now. Again, we're doing a bit of social media coaching here, but I'd focus on your main business right now. But if you can just do tweets and stuff like that, build up a little bit of an audience that way. What you're learning, things like that through Twitter, and then go from there basically. And then you can always, when you get more time, you can then try and convert that Twitter audience over to YouTube or whatever you want to do, or TikTok.
Yeah, that's it. It's I'm actively trying. I know a lot of the guys on here, are not actively growing their Amazon. It's my main thing. It's my only thing. So until that replaces the job, then. That's the way it'll be, and we'll just do a bit of social on the side. But yeah, I do get a lot of DMs in your group. I'm always happy to help people anyway. I get a lot of questions actually, Simon.
Okay. Well, we need to. Have we not got a wholesale channel? Do I need to create one?
No, I don't think you do. I haven't got the private label one.
I will create a wholesale channel.
Label one. Yeah, you probably should.
And literally, I've just created it right now. There we go.
Because I'll be honest, I've got a couple that message me. Every day.
So definitely direct them into this. Yeah, wholesale chat. I've just created the wholesale chat in there in the Discord community. If you're not in the Discord community, link in the description, by the way. Direct them to there, basically. And I try and direct. I get a lot of DMs, people asking questions. I say, unless it's personal, I say, ask it in there, because there's probably 5, 10, 20 other people who are thinking the exact same question and want the answer. So everyone can benefit that way. But yeah, you've got that wholesale chat there now. So if you want to use it. But yeah, so, okay, final question then. Sam, thanks for joining us. I think it's the first question you've asked. What's the biggest challenge you faced over the past few months since starting? Anything that surprised you?
Biggest challenge, stock, I'd say, is just keeping everything organised, because since I've moved, actually, and since I've got the VA on, I've been a lot better. Yeah, I'd say stock, just making sure everything's in stock, because obviously the minute I'm out of stock, there's no sales coming through. So that is the biggest challenge that I face, making sure everything is in stock. And yeah, just that's the hardest thing when you're doing private label and bundles. It's keep the thing in stock.
It's bad if you go out of stock. You start losing your sales rank, and the BSR starts falling.
All
that stuff
it's easy to recover, to be honest. I found it quite easy to recover, but it's more out of frustration of just watching your sales go down, to be honest with you. It's free money. It's the way I look at it. It's free money. I've already done everything else. I just need to make sure that the damn thing's here and in Amazon.
But one good advantage, obviously, you are using right now, and again, it might change in the future, using UK wholesalers. So in theory, if you said to them, I need this next day, I'm assuming they could do that for you. And then obviously it's down to you just to prep. I mean, there's still going to be, you got to prep, you've got to send it to Amazon. There's going to be a delay there, but you're not waiting 3 months for this thing to come in a shipping container from China, or even,
Exactly. But it's, so I'm never out of stock for ages, but I am still caught off guard just because I've got that many products. I've now set up, like, I've been creating Slack bots the last few weeks. So I've created so many Slack bots. So I'm now getting notifications in a channel with me and the VA of when something's hitting a certain threshold. But yeah, so it's just more of, because there was so many different products. Then last week, my sales rep for one of my main products went on holiday. I was at 20 grand. I'd spent 20 grand with them. I have a 15k credit limit. So then the guy that was taking care of me instead of him said, "Oh no, you need to come under your credit limit until we can." Obviously, I was still waiting for payments off Amazon. So yeah, so then I was like, "Oh, they're just out of stock of this product now until he gets back."
Cash flow is another big thing that I see a lot of people run into.
Yeah.
So keeping products in stock and cash flow.
I have the same problems as everyone else. Honestly, I really do. It's just until I've built up that pot, I'll continue. It's just because of how this month went. Like I actually paid myself this month because we went away for like a long weekend. So I've given myself £1,500 and the unit £3,000. So I literally just took £4,500 out of the business.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Cool. Yeah, interesting. So you're a growing business. Cash is always a problem, but and I know how you feel. Well, a little bit, but you want to grow, and it's frustrating, and but you got these bottlenecks, and you'll get different bottlenecks that come along.
Yeah, we overcome it.
But yeah, so it's cool. Okay, interesting. But okay, the final question then from Mr. R. ER saying thanks for the info. That's no problem. Ryan gave most of the info. Anything we should avoid doing as a newbie, like when approaching any brand, distributor, or suppliers?
Probably couldn't have reiterated this enough in the podcast that we've done, but your relationship's key. So just don't position yourself as we're in Amazon to sell and we're not. We just want to resell your products on Amazon. Just don't do that. The amount of times that's happening to them. Whatever niche you're in, just say we want to sell your products locally. That's your unique offering, really, because anyone can sell to Amazon, but your unique offering of selling locally is the fact that you can sell it today. Like, if someone needs it today, you can sell it to them. That's the way you should be positioning yourself, as a local distributor business, in my opinion. Don't just say we're an Amazon seller that wants to sell your products. What can you do on this? Like, it's just too much. Try and look professional as well. So have the email, have the domain, and have a website. Have a nice little signature on the email. Just try and look like a business, not an Amazon business.
Cool. So be professional. Yeah, don't just mention Amazon. You're a multi-sales channel supplier.
That's the correct word. You're multi-channel. Obviously, if they do ask if you sell on Amazon, I wouldn't lie and say no. Just say, well, of course, but you'd be stupid to not sell, because look at the volume on there, but it's not your primary channel. But But yeah, if you've not got a premises, if you're working out of home, for example, just say you do local distribution to some shops or whatever. Yeah, don't just say you're a distributor. Say, so if let's say you're selling medical care or plasters, whatever the product is, just say we found a little market and we distribute to, I don't know, local football teams or whatever that product is applicable to. Don't just say you're in distribution.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Awesome. Well, I'll answer these final 2 questions, then we'll wrap it up. Which is the best Amex to start with? I recommend the gold is the best bang for your buck on that one. Gold is the main one. And Empire's saying, I'm related to Wholesale, but how many Amex points do you need for a return flight to Dubai? With Emirates, it's 90,000 points each way, so 180,000 points. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you again, Ryan, for coming on as well. It's been an absolutely amazing session. If you want to get more information, we've got the just scroll up slightly in the chat. There's a link there for the previous sort of podcast we did, and yeah, there's loads of information there as well. There's obviously a lot to cover, so there's other information in there. There's even that wholesaler in there as well. You can go and find. I remember people were messaging saying, "I can't find it." I'm like, "Well, so keep trying."
It's in there. It's
in there. You got to listen. You got to listen carefully. But yeah, thanks very much. I appreciate it. We'll post your socials. I'll do that in a second. You can throw them in the chat if you want. Do you want to throw them in the chat quickly?
Yeah, I'll throw them in here.
That way they're in there for the actual official sort of comments sort of transcript thing. But yeah, it's been an absolutely awesome session, and so we can potentially do this again at some point if people are enjoying these kind of things. And yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. There you go, guys. That's the
YouTube there.
Cool, awesome. So go ahead and check that out, guys. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you